work zones, and the news begins now.
Now, the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And good Monday morning to you. Thank you for joining us. I am Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
We have a lot to get to this morning. We're moving a little bit slow. It was an amazing game last night out at the Adirondack Bank Center. The Women's World Hockey Championships wrapping up, and we're going to have a full report coming up in about 10 minutes of that Spencer filed. And just 6-5 Canada wins in overtime, but just
heartbreaking. But it was a good game, and
fantastic game.
It was the loudest I've ever heard the Aud. I walked in.
Record crowd.
Yeah, record crowd, and the USA chants, normally the Utica chants, and my ears were ringing. And that's the fact that the Aud was so loud. But again, it was a great game. USA fought hard. Canada obviously won, but again, both teams were absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and a phenomenal week, and we're going to catch up with Tony Pacenti and Rob Esch later today, just wrapping up what was an amazing 2 weeks here in Utica. But let's get a check of the weather. What are we looking like today?
A little bit nicer. We got clouds this morning, giving way to some sunshine. It's been a pretty blah weekend rain-wise. And a look at those current conditions out there. Well, it's 36 in Rome, 37 Hamilton. We're going to slowly warm up into the 40s and eventually 50s by this afternoon. Again, morning clouds, morning mist, and potentially some morning fog depending on your location. But the dry air will eventually win out as we head throughout the morning and afternoon. Notice the next 12 hours, we climb from the 30s and 40s to as high as the mid to upper 50s. Some locations that see sun earlier could approach near 60. And again, I'm seeing some sunshine this afternoon. More sun is expected tomorrow. However, the rest of the work week is favoring more rain. We'll talk about those rain chances and when we could see another dry stretch in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Well, new this morning, 2 law enforcement.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. The time now is 5:11. It's time for the Munson Commute Cast as we take a look at road conditions as you head to work today and for your commute home. First off, a look at those roads all across central New York. They're a bit damp. The rain overall, the thunderstorms some locations saw have ended, and we're just dealing with some damp roads. But as you can see, most of the issues regarding ponding or anything for poor drainage is all but non-existent, at least in the Utica area, where the rain showers are not nearly as strong. Those drive times, you can take a look at some drive times from I-90 eastbound and westbound. Same thing for the arterial heading through Utica, as well as first off 5S east and west, Utica to Mohawk and back, eastbound and westbound on Route 49 from Utica to Rome, and then of course finally in Otsego County, Route 28 from Cooperstown to I-90 and back, and then from Utica to Remsen north on Route 12. All these drive times looking pretty average for this morning. And again, heading to work, misty, maybe some patchy fog, but that looks to be the only real impact to your travel this morning. And more sunshine arrives by this afternoon, so I'd pack those sunglasses with you as you head to work today for your evening commute. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Well, another record.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday. After a pretty unsettled weekend with rain and some thunderstorms yesterday, we're starting to trend on the dry side for the next few days. A live look at downtown Utica. It's a bit misty. It's a bit foggy out there today, but this will be temporary as we approach the late morning, early afternoon. The mist and fog will give way to more dry weather and some peaks of sunshine. It's currently 38 degrees in the city. And again, we do warm up slowly throughout the day today. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. After, again, a pretty active weekend with rain, things are looking pretty dry and expected to remain dry for most of the day today. As a matter of fact, regarding sunshine, we got a few breaks. Mainly the reason why we're heading in the more cloudy side today as well, because we're talking about a cloudy start. More sunshine arrives tomorrow, but then that's followed by more clouds arriving Wednesday and overcast skies with rain on Thursday. And regarding those rain chances, we got a weak frontal boundary arriving this afternoon that could push through parts of the North Country, maybe some light drizzle maximum, but beyond that, we're not looking at anything notable regarding rain. Dry for your Tuesday. Scattered rain showers develop late Wednesday evening into Wednesday night, and then more widespread rain arrives as we head into Thursday. In the bigger picture, as I mentioned, there's that weak disturbance pushing through the North Country heading into this afternoon, but again, it's weak forcing. Not a whole lot of rain showers are expected with it. Following that, we got some sunshine this evening, and then high pressure moves in briefly. For tomorrow, it's going to be a beautiful day with temperatures in the upper 50s and plenty of sunshine. But notice as we head into Wednesday evening into Wednesday night, here comes another frontal boundary, and that'll bring with it some rain showers that will linger into Thursday. So again, this morning we're talking about 30s and 40s and morning clouds giving way to some sunshine and temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Following that, we got clear skies tonight, lows falling down into the low 30s. Hopefully, you don't fall below freezing because we want to make sure that our budding flowers, although thankfully not a whole lot have bloomed so far, don't get any frost. Then we're back up into the 50s again by tomorrow with plenty of sunshine, highs approaching near 60 in some spots. And then clear skies tomorrow night as clouds increase throughout the day on Wednesday, giving way to some rain showers by Wednesday evening. And so, again, today we're talking about temperatures in the 50s, a high of 64 tomorrow in those locations that do see some more sunshine. Some rain showers could be arriving later on Wednesday evening, and then by Thursday and Friday, still looking pretty unsettled rain starting into early Saturday. A little bit of a cool down by next weekend before we see some peaks of sunshine return by Sunday. Be right back.
News with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And good Monday morning to you. It is indeed Monday. It is a Monday, April 15th, 2024. Thanks for joining us this half hour. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we talked at the top of the hour about great atmosphere last night in downtown Utica for the Team USA versus Team Canada in the gold medal game for the Women's World Hockey Championships. USA coming up short, 6-5 in overtime. As Spencer mentioned, you'll hear that coming up in the 6 o'clock hour. Perhaps one of the greatest games you'll ever get to see, and seeing it in person was unbelievable.
Yes, the atmosphere was loud. It was just, it was electric in the arena. And on top of that, I mean, both of the best teams in the world in hockey, women's hockey, were able to play here in Utica. And it was a close game, down to the wire in overtime.
Yeah, can't beat it.
I missed the first USA-Canada game, and unfortunately they lost this one, but regardless, it was such a fantastic game to watch. And regarding the weather, this
not
weekend,
so awesome.
Yeah, not so awesome. This whole weekend has been a bit on the rainy side, cold, and yesterday some thunderstorms, but we got good news for today and the next, at least the next few days. A live look at those current conditions out there this morning. Well, it's in the 30s with some clouds and some mist and some fog. But we do gradually dry out as the morning continues on. Dry air moves in, and those morning clouds give way to some peaks of sunshine. Radar looking quiet and dry at this point. And for the next 12 hours, you can see here clouds this morning, partly cloudy skies early this afternoon to mostly sunny skies by late this evening. So again, after lots of clouds, lots of cold weather, and yesterday warmer but thunderstorms, we're saying goodbye to some active weather briefly here in our local area. Of course, just in time for after the weekend. That's usually what we see here in April in central New York. Pretty rainy weekends, and of course the sunshine returns when we get weekdays moving in. But following today, more sunshine tomorrow, and then a dry start Wednesday. But following that, we're back in a rainy pattern for the rest of the work week. We'll talk about that. Plus, we could see some more dry weather in the beyond that in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
I'm Steve, but okay.
I'm losing it this morning, too.
All right. Well, sad news out of Onondaga County this morning.
Welcome back. Time now is 5:42, and a bit of a backstory on this weather photo I'm about to showcase. I was at the Aud at the USA-Canada, or at least the Canada game on Saturday, and as I was exiting, I noticed a lot of folks surrounding the windows, and it was because there was a breathtaking sunset taking place at the time, and it was ridiculously bright, and I think this photo here showcases just how bright that sunset was. This was taken in Holland Patton. It was gorgeous, full of bright yellows and reds and oranges and purples, and we were treated to that after a very cloudy, rainy, and pretty windy Saturday to start out the weekend. If you want to submit a photo like this one, of course, you can submit it always to our website, wktv.com/weather/pics. This morning, temperatures, well, they're starting out in the 30s and 40s, 39 Whitesboro, 32 out on the lake, 40 degrees in Earlville, and 39 in Cooperstown. And we warm up into the mid to upper 50s this afternoon with some sunshine. So we're not in this cloudy pattern all too much this week, but it does return inevitably by the second half. So let's enjoy the sunshine the next few days. We're talking about how much we could see and when those clouds move in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. We'll check in with you shortly. Well, at Munson over the weekend,
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. I can't believe it, but pretty much halfway through April has already taken place. We are almost to May, just a few weeks away. And overall, it's been a cool and, in fact, more snowy spring than winter time, but we've got warmer temperatures and more sunshine on the way for the next few days. A live look at downtown Utica. It's misty out there with some damp conditions, and there's some patchy, dense fog, primarily into the Mohawk Valley, heading closer to Albany. As you can see here, the mist taking place here in the downtown Utica area. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Aside from the fog, we're not really tracking anything else in the radar system at this point. Completely dry weather for this morning. And aside from a weak disturbance pushing through parts of the North Country late this afternoon, we're not talking about any rain chances pretty much for the next few days. As you can see here, morning clouds give way to sunshine, a sunny Tuesday. Clouds return again Wednesday throughout the day, and then more clouds, overcast skies expected on Thursday. And regarding rainfall, isolated today, that weak disturbance may be a light sprinkle to the north, but following that, dry Tuesday, scattered rain showers arrive late Wednesday, and then more widespread rain arrives on Thursday. Bigger picture, there's that weak disturbance right here pushing east through parts of the North Country. Following that, we got clear skies moving in for tonight, and then more clear skies for tomorrow. Looking to be a pretty fantastic mid-April day here in central New York. And then following that, clear skies tomorrow night, sunshine to start out your Wednesday, and then here comes some more clouds and some rain showers arriving Wednesday night and into Thursday. And this morning, we're dealing with some fog, we're dealing with some clouds, misty conditions. It's still a bit damp out there. However, we do climb into the upper 40s, as high as the mid to upper 50s this afternoon. But you can see here, 5 p.m., 6 p.m., we're talking about sunshine lingering into the overnight, clear skies. Potentially those temperatures will fall right around freezing in some spots, so we can't rule out frost just yet. And then, as we head into tomorrow, more wall-to-wall sunshine as highs approach the upper 50s. We'll not be shocked if some valley locations do reach the 60-degree mark. Then clear skies tomorrow night, returning to more clouds arriving by Wednesday afternoon. High-level clouds initially, and then here comes some more rain arriving by Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. So next 12 hours, morning clouds give way to some sunshine and temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. By tonight, we cool down into the mid to low 30s, and then sunshine to start out your day for tomorrow. Your 7-day forecast. Late rain Wednesday, rain showers on Thursday, lingering into Friday and early Saturday, but so far a pretty quiet stretch for the next few days. Monday and Tuesday, today and tomorrow, looking pretty quiet and with more sun by tomorrow in the afternoon. Long awaited after a pretty blah weekend, to put it lightly.
No doubt. And again, it's April, so at this rate, our May flowers should be
yes, we should be getting plenty of blooming
really
flowers.
Impressive.
We deserve it.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, new calls for a crackdown on what's being described as burglary 2024, and the news begins right now.
Now, the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And good Monday morning to you. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
A lot to get to this morning, including those 2 officers killed in the line of duty in Onondaga County. We're following that. That happened last night and still breaking overnight. So we're going to follow that as we go on this morning. Let's get to the weather if we can. Decent day today after a not so decent weekend.
Yeah, it was a pretty, I think the best word to describe it is kind of blah, lead, maybe with the wind, with the rain, with the cold on Saturday, then the thunderstorms yesterday. But we got good news regarding the weather for today. In fact, let's look at those current conditions, because before we get to the sunshine, we got to get through the mist and, in some spots, dense fog. Currently 37 degrees at Griffiths and Rome, warming up into the 40s and eventually 50s by this afternoon. And a live look at the radar, things are quiet and dry, but again, we do have dense fog advisories in effect heading into the Mohawk Valley, down the I-90 corridor. If you are traveling to Albany today, you might run into some dense fog, and coming up in a few minutes, I'll be showing some traffic cameras along I-90 to give you an idea of just how dense some of that fog currently is. And over the next 12 hours, again, this is temporary. As the morning continues on, those clouds and misty conditions give way to some sunshine, and the sun will be a common trend, not only for today, but for all of tomorrow and the start of Wednesday. But then the rain showers will begin to return. But for now, let's enjoy the sunshine when we get it. We'll have a look at when the rain begins to arrive in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning, 2 police officers.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:11, and of course it's time to showcase the Munson CommuteCast as we take a look at road conditions heading to work today and of course on your commute home. First off, a live view of I-90 in Fultonville, and this is what we were mentioning about the dense fog. In some spots, especially heading closer to Albany, it is a bit dense, so just a heads up to budget some extra time if you're heading eastbound along I-90, if you're heading to work in Albany or the region over there. Something to mention too, heading eastbound as well, is Route 5 is still closed following flooding. New York 5 between CR 42, County Route, McKinley Road, and Reservoir Road. So again, the stretch between here, Randall, and near Canajoharie, that road there is closed along 5S. But regardless of the fog in some spots, other locations, those drive times looking pretty okay. Same thing for I-90 eastbound and westbound locally near Utica. Along 5S and Route 49, eastbound and westbound, both lanes, both looking pretty okay. And finally, if you're heading both in Otsego County north to I-90 or from I-90 to Remsen, north of Utica, those drive times looking pretty okay. And again, heading to work this morning, there's some patches of dense fog and otherwise misty conditions. And the fog burns off by the late morning, early afternoon, with some peaks of sunshine, giving way to mostly sunny skies by the late evening. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Another record-setting crowd.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday. After a very unsettled weekend, we are starting to see what will be a sunny next few days. A live look at downtown Utica. Before we get to the sunshine, we have to get through some mist, some overcast skies, and in some spots, dense fog. It's currently 38 degrees, and after a cool start, we will gradually warm up as we head into this afternoon. We do have some dense fog advisories in effect for parts of the Mohawk Valley down the I-90 corridor. And just how dense is that fog? Well, here's a live look in Fultonville along I-90, X interchange 28. You can see just how dense some of that fog is. Heads up for that if you're heading eastbound along I-90 or just along Route 5 as you head into the morning commute this morning. Look at the radar. Things are quiet and dry. And regarding sunshine, those morning clouds gave way to sunshine this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine by tomorrow. Overcast skies will gradually return late Wednesday night and into Thursday. And for today, isolated light rain, primarily from a weak disturbance north, giving way to some sunshine for tomorrow and dry weather before rain begins to develop late Wednesday evening into Wednesday night, and then widespread rain expected on Thursday. Bigger picture, weak disturbance to the north, but besides that, we are entering a pretty quiet weather pattern overall. High pressure moves in by pretty much tonight and early tomorrow. Beautiful day tomorrow by mid-April standards. And then following that, increasing clouds Wednesday, giving way to potential for some rain showers arriving late Wednesday night. And to our skycast, those morning clouds and fog, you can see here slowly diminishing by the morning and afternoon. We're talking about sunshine late this evening and tonight, clear skies as lows fall right around freezing into the mid to low 30s. Then by tomorrow, mid to upper 50s. Some spots wouldn't be shocked if we reach the 60-degree mark with still plenty of sunshine. And then following that, clear skies again tomorrow night before clouds begin to increase by Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, mostly cloudy, and then some rain develops to the west, slowly inching its way into the central New York area overnight. Next 12 hours, morning clouds and fog, giving way to some evening sunshine. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. By tonight, sunshine gives way to mostly clear skies and lows falling into the 30s. Your 7-day forecast. Rain showers arrive late Wednesday. Then we gradually cool down Thursday and Friday into the 50s. 40s by Saturday with still some rain and hopefully some sunshine returns again by Sunday. And overall, a pretty nice stretch the next few days before rain arrives by the middle of the week.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, Belle Kilm of Forestport is turning 105 years old today. She was born in...
Now, the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and thank you for joining us this Monday. I'm Steve McMurray.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
A lot to get to, so let's start with the forecast. Better today than it was. The weekend was sort of meh, especially Saturday was awful.
Yeah, and it's kind of, at least for me, it was kind of funny when we had the IHF World Championship here in Utica, and people from not only our local area but from countries around the world got to experience central New York weather. We had snow, we had rain, we had a wintry mix, we had 70s and sunshine.
70, yeah.
Well, yeah, so it's
all within that 10-day window.
All within it. So they got to experience the wild weather we have here too. And again, it was a great game yesterday. The loudest ever heard the odd.
Yeah, crazy.
It was a
record crowd.
Record crowd, close game. It was still fun to watch. And back to the weather for today. Well, it's looking a little bit nicer than we saw over the past weekend. Live look at those current conditions out there this morning. It's 37 in Rome, 36 in Hamilton with some patchy, dense fog. As a matter of fact, there are dense fog advisories in effect for parts of the Mohawk Valley, primarily the I-90 corridor. In fact, zooming in right there, parts of Fulton, Montgomery, and Herkimer County heading closer to Albany. And there will be potential for some dense fog as you head in that direction. Just a heads up if you're heading out the door this morning. Next 12 hours, those morning clouds and mist give way to some sunshine peeking out by late this afternoon into plenty of sunshine by the early evening as we look at clear skies tonight and lots of sunshine for tomorrow. Overall, a pretty nice next few days after a blustery, cool and rainy Saturday and thunderstorms on Sunday. Then following that, we got more rain chances by the middle of the week. We'll talk about when those rain showers arrive and that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks a lot. Well, 2 police officers.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:42, and before we get to the weather photo today, I want to give you a quick backstory on why I chose this photo as well. We were at the Canada game, IHF Canada game on Saturday, and as we were exiting the arena, we noticed in the far distance outside the windows bright orange, and it was something that I did not expect to be that bright. Saturday evening, look at this sunset taken in Holland Pad. This is the same view at the Aud in downtown Utica. Extremely bright oranges, yellows, reds, and purples. Very vibrant colors, and honestly, it looked nice after a very cold, rainy, and windy Saturday and a pretty much unsettled weekend entirely. We're looking at much more dry weather for the short term as we approach today and tomorrow. And look at those current temperatures this morning. Currently 39 degrees in Whitesboro, 40 degrees in Earlville, and down to 39 degrees in Cooperstown. And we quickly warm up into the 40s and eventually 50s by this afternoon as that morning fog, morning clouds, and morning mist gives way to some sunshine. We'll talk about how long the sunshine lasts, though, in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. At Munson over the weekend,
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday after a pretty unsettled weekend. We've got good news regarding the weather, at least as we head into today and tomorrow. A live look at downtown Utica, a traffic update taking place actually live on the camera right now. Those of you that were noticing along Oriskany Boulevard that you could not turn left heading to the Nexus Center on the street, well, looks like crews are picking up the cones right now and probably within the next few hours should be able to turn left finally on this road as the IHF Women's World Championship wrapped up yesterday. Regarding fog, though, there's foggy conditions. There's a live view in Cooperstown right now. American flag waving gracefully in the background there. And Oneonta, well, not so much to see down there with some dense fog taking place. Again, not only in Oneonta, but also in parts of the Mohawk Valley. A dense fog advisory is still in effect for areas east of Herkimer, heading down closer to Albany along the I-90 corridor. But besides the fog, the radar's looking quiet and dry. And with sunshine, it's a cloudy start, but some locations are already starting to see that sunshine peek out, and the sun will be pretty dominant as we head to the late evening into the overnight hours with clear skies and then more sun expected for Tuesday. However, clouds will gradually move in by Wednesday and Thursday. And an isolated shower possible north today, more on that in just a second, but dry weather expected for Tuesday, and then rain chances return late Wednesday evening with widespread rain arriving on Thursday. Bigger picture, weak disturbance to the north could produce some light sprinkles and drizzle to the north country, but besides that, things do dry out for the most part heading into tonight and into tomorrow. Completely dry weather, plenty of sunshine, and then by Wednesday, clouds will gradually increase, and then here comes those rain chances arriving by late Wednesday evening. And this morning, patchy fog, mist, clouds, otherwise damp weather, giving way to sunshine and temperatures into the upper 50s to maybe some spots low 60s. Then by tonight, we cool back down into the low 30s with clear skies, and then another sunny day tomorrow as highs approach yet again the upper 50s, and in some spots, especially in the valleys, could approach the 60-degree mark. Then tomorrow night, clear skies, clouds increase throughout the day on Wednesday, and then rain chances start to arrive late Wednesday evening from an approaching front to the west. But next 12 hours, clouds and mists, giving way to some sunshine by this afternoon. And then by tonight, sunshine turns to clear skies and lows fall into the 30s. Your 7-day forecast calls for rain to arrive late Wednesday, widespread rain Thursday, lingering showers into early Friday, and parts of Saturday. Overall, pretty damp and rainy second half of the work week. But for the start of the work week, today and tomorrow, it's trending pretty nice with 50s and sunshine.
All right, we will definitely take that. Thanks a lot, Eric. Well, 11 teams were allowed to...
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve McMurray, in for Gary this morning.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we have a lot to get to this morning, including 2 officers killed in the line of duty in Onondaga County, just outside of Syracuse. We'll have that coming up in just a minute, but we want to start with the forecast. Foggy to start the day, a little bit chilly, but it's going to get much better.
Yes, so clouds and fog and mist and unsettled weather turns to sunshine and 50s for today. But yes, we have to get through some of that fog and mist this morning. So live with those current conditions out there, as Steve mentioned, it's a bit chilly, 38 degrees officially at Griffiths and Rome. But we are going to be climbing into the 40s, already 48 degrees, 10 degrees warmer down in Binghamton, where the sun is shining. And so we're, again, dealing with this low-level clouds, low-level moisture, but the dry air will move into the low levels, and we will be starting to see some sunshine move in by the late morning to early afternoon. Live radar, dry and quiet, and besides that, we do have some dense fog advisories in effect for most of the Mohawk Valley, heading down the I-90 corridor, even into parts of Otsego County, too. Those are some of our live cameras have picked up some dense fog down there as well, especially in Oneonta and parts of Cooperstown. As you can see here, those dense fog advisories are in effect heading closer to Albany. A heads up if you're heading east into the Albany area. But here locally over the next 12 hours, we've got clouds and mist and fog giving way to some sunshine by this afternoon. And not only will the sun stick around for this evening, it will be pretty prevalent for tomorrow as well, with clear skies both nights. But we're going to track when those clouds return and when rain showers begin to arrive once more in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. And remember, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning,
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday after a pretty busy weekend with local sports taking place and, of course, the weather being also busy. Things are quieting down with misty and foggy conditions this morning, giving way to sunshine by this afternoon. Well, we've got downtown Utica right now. Overcast skies for the most part. It's upper 30s at this point. Other locations, for example, in the Southern Valleys, live like in Cooperstown, 39 with some fog, and same thing for Oneonta, a foggy start to the day today. And there are dense fog advisories in effect for mainly the I-90 corridor. Otherwise, there are some fog taking place in the valley locations and areas south. But besides the fog, the radar is looking quiet. And regarding sunshine, well, it's a cloudy start to the day today. Sunshine moves in later this afternoon, and more sunshine is expected for your Tuesday before clouds will gradually move in throughout the day Wednesday, and overcast skies are expected by Thursday. And there's a slight chance for a light sprinkle north of the Mohawk Valley today from weak disturbance. Tomorrow, though, it's looking mainly, if not entirely, dry with plenty of sunshine. And Wednesday starts out dry, but later on in the day, closer to the late evening, around sunset, is when some rain showers will return, and we're still talking about widespread rain for Thursday. Bigger picture, weak disturbance to the north. Other than that, we are looking mainly dry over the next few days with some sunshine moving in and remaining pretty steady throughout tomorrow and into the overnight hours. Early start of Wednesday, but then as you can see here, a frontal boundary arrives Wednesday evening into Wednesday night, and that's our best chance of seeing our next notable rain. Skycast showing fog and clouds this morning, giving way to sunshine and temperatures in the upper 50s. By tonight, clear skies. Lows will fall down into the low 30s. And then with clear skies tomorrow morning, potential for some patchy frost with areas that do fall below freezing. Then tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, high temperatures into the upper 50s. But again, the next 12 hours, clouds giving way to some sunshine, highs in the mid to upper 50s. By tonight, we cool back down into the 30s with mainly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast, it remains pretty dry until late Wednesday. Then rain continues Thursday and Friday with highs in the 50s.
News with Steve McMurray.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve McMurray. Gary will return tomorrow. We got a lot to get to this noon, but first we'll get to a check of the forecast, and we want to start with a little bit of good news. Looks like the sun's coming out.
Yeah, sun's coming out in some spots. The rain is still trying its best to fight in some locations north. We'll show that in just a second. But the temperatures are starting to climb. Okay. We're up into the 40s now. We're expected to reach the 50s. So right around average for April standards. It's already April 15th.
I know, halfway through the month.
Halfway
Unbelievable.
Through. Let's take a look at what's going on out there right now. First off, a live view from across the state on the Mesnet Camera Network. And notice, we've got some blue skies peeking out in Sherburne, Brookfield, Westmoreland. Clouds sticking around a little bit longer up in Woodgate, Camden, Osceola, Old Forge. And on top of that, some rain showers in some locations. But you can still see here temperatures nearing 50 degrees in Rome, already 52 in Hamilton. And on the radar, as we mentioned early this morning, we were tracking a weak shortwave that could be pushing through the north, and pretty much on time so far this system is pushing through. You're going to be seeing a few spotty rain showers in areas primarily north of I-90. But following this, things will gradually dry out in the areas north, while areas south already enjoying some peaks of sunshine currently. And then you can see here, sunshine expected for pretty much all of central New York by late this evening before we turn to clear skies tonight and Looking ahead to another sunny day tomorrow, this time a lot more sunny than today. Following that, though, we are tracking a return to clouds and rain. We'll let you know exactly when that begins to arrive and that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Our top story again, we now know.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back after a very damp morning with some patchy dense fog. We're still dealing with some spotty rain showers north, but here in Utica, a very pleasant sight after a very unsettled weekend. How about some sunshine? And today, well, the sun isn't going to be too dominant areas north, but we're tracking more sun on the way for tomorrow. Current temperature, by the way, in downtown Utica is already in the upper 40s. And a live look on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. What we're seeing right now is, matter of fact, I'm going to turn up the sensitivity right here because we were tracking some rain showers in areas to the north. And there they are. And these will shift south and east throughout the afternoon and early evening, but noticing behind that it's actually drying up a little bit. So as expected, this short wave is continuing to move its rain shower path south and east. This afternoon, those temperatures do climb into the upper 50s, right around average for this time of year. In fact, overall, this day is looking pretty average as lows will fall back down into the 30s overnight tonight. And again, regarding sunshine, well, a few breaks today, and especially in areas north, less likely to see the dominant sunshine as areas south will in the southern valleys. More sun is expected for tomorrow, but clouds will gradually return on Wednesday as more rain showers begin to arrive Wednesday evening and Wednesday night, with widespread rain expected on Thursday. But tomorrow is looking almost entirely dry. We're just dodging a few systems north and south of central New York that really shouldn't be impacting us here locally. As you can see here, there's that weak disturbance and shifting south and east. It will continue to weaken. We've got one disturbance north that will miss us, and then one disturbance south, which will also miss us overnight and into early tomorrow. But high pressure moves in. We're tracking dry weather, at least until late Wednesday evening. That's when a frontal boundary arrives, bringing some rain showers, but first increasing clouds on Wednesday. So you can see here, increasing sunshine throughout the afternoon, temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 50s. Overnight lows will fall down right around freezing. In some spots, they will fall below freezing. So there could be the risk of some patchy frost in the higher elevations. Then by tomorrow, a pretty pleasant day, 50s and sunshine, a little bit breezy from the northwest. And then following that, clouds will gradually increase as we head into Wednesday. Wednesday morning, some sunshine. Wednesday afternoon, maybe a bit more cloudy, but temperatures do climb into the low 60s. Next 12 hours, clouds give way to sunshine, and then by tonight, we cool back down into the 30s with mostly clear skies. 7-day forecast, a little warmer for tomorrow. Then finally, rain showers arrive late Wednesday. It looks a bit unsettled for Thursday and Friday, and hopefully we get some clearing the second half of next weekend, but overall, pretty mild and pretty rainy for the next few days, but at least not for today and tomorrow.
All right, we will take that 48-hour window. Thank you very much, Eric. Well, history is being made inside a New York courtroom today. And good afternoon once again. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve McMurray, in for Gary.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
We're going to start this half hour with a first check of the weather, but you want to show us some fog. It was very foggy this morning,
yes.
Depending on where you were, certainly. So what you got?
Well, here we go. There's a scene right here. In fact, let's take that full screen to see how the fog shaped up early this morning. And notice you can't quite see much. This is a scene of Oneonta early this morning, but let's take a quick time lapse and notice how the fog slowly starts lifting in the backdrop, and then eventually some blue skies peeking out. And as of this afternoon, we're looking at more blue skies with a few passing clouds currently down there in the city of the hills. But I figured I would just share this really neat sunrise, if you can call it a sunrise, with the lack of sunshine and more fog. Current conditions, 49 degrees at Griffiths and Rome right now. Wind speed a bit breezy at 13 or so miles per hour. And a live look at the radar, again, we're tracking a weak shortwave in areas north of I-90 at this point. This will continue to shift slightly south and east. So those of you in the North Country are probably experiencing some light rain showers at this point. But following the next few hours, things will dry out and more sunshine is expected. As you can see here, highs today climbing into the mid to upper 50s with sunshine peeking out this evening. Clear skies moving in tonight as lows will fall down into the 40s and eventually 30s. We're tracking more sun tomorrow, but enjoy it because yet again, we're entering an unsettled weather pattern for the middle and end of the work week. We'll talk about when the rain begins to arrive in that full forecast straight ahead. Steve?
All right, thanks, Eric. And like we said, if
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back after a pretty damp morning with some patchy fog, in fact, patchy dense fog in misty conditions. Things are drying out for some of us. Other locations still seeing some stubborn rain showers. Alive in Utica, a location that is not seeing rain, seeing some blue skies peeking out, more than welcome after a pretty unsettled weekend. And live at the radar, as we mentioned, there's that weak shortwave pushing through central New York, but the rain showers are primarily sticking north of I-90. Kind of look at where that line is. These are heading slightly south and east, closer to locations north of Albany and down into parts of the Hudson Valley. But beyond that, though, those clouds will give way to some more sunshine as the afternoon continues on. Temperatures are expected to climb into the mid to upper 50s across a lot of the area. And regarding sunshine, again, a few breaks. We kept this on the mostly cloudy side for the start of today because those clouds are stubborn in some locations. But the clouds do decrease later on this evening. Plenty of sunshine is expected for tonight, or at least for tomorrow, I should say. And then by Wednesday, a sunny start giving way to more clouds by the afternoon. And it's looking pretty cloudy for Thursday. Regarding rain showers, well, you can see here, isolated rain north of the Mohawk Valley for today. Tomorrow, no rain expected, and then rain showers arrive late Wednesday and into most of Thursday as the rest of the work week looks more and more unsettled. There's that weak disturbance passing north. We've got a few more here and there north and south of the area, but most of central New York will remain entirely dry for this evening, tonight, tomorrow night, and most of Wednesday. As we take a look here, high pressure moves in, but Wednesday night is when our next system will bring rain showers here locally. So on our Skycast, sunshine moves in late this evening. Tonight, clear skies. Lows will fall down into the low 30s. Patchy frost possible in the higher elevations. Then by tomorrow, more sunshine. Highs in the 50s. A bit breezy too, but overall a pretty nice mid-April day. Some spots actually could reach the low 60s with the amount of sunshine we see, especially in those lower valley locations. Then tomorrow night, back down into the 30s. A sunny start to your day Wednesday. Clouds increase throughout the day. Temperatures climb into the low 60s, and that's when some rain showers arrive from the southwest. Well, starting out with clouds and misty, foggy conditions. This afternoon, more sunshine is expected. Then following that, we're back down into the 30s tonight with clear skies. Your 7-day forecast. Rain arrives late Wednesday. That's our next chance for widespread rain. That'll linger into Thursday and potentially Friday before we dry out a little bit by next weekend, but the clouds might remain a little stubborn for at least the start of it on Saturday.
We bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Finally, a little bit of a dry day this afternoon, right?
Would have been nice to have this Saturday and or Sunday, but hey, can't be too picky this time of the year. Let's take a look at what we've got going on outside. It is nice and dry. We'll get another day like this tomorrow, so if you're trying to get some outdoor projects done, you may have to squeeze them in here if you have time over the next couple of days. We're looking at dry weather this evening. Nowadays, the sunset is after 7:30, so we have long days going on this time of the year. Current temperature is 56 degrees. It's generally pleasant. The wind is picked up here. The winds will be diminishing as we head towards sunset, and we're looking at clear and chilly skies here for tonight. Another nice day tomorrow, less wind than today, so it will be a little bit nicer to be outdoors. Unsettled weather returns as we head into late Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with a return to some rain showers. This evening, again, it looks pleasant, mostly sunny, temperatures in the upper 40s to low 50s. We're tracking Again, our next round of rain that returns later this week. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. A traffic alert in downtown Utica.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. If you're looking to get some chores done outdoors this evening, tomorrow, those are going to be your best days over the next several. We do have some rain that's returning here later this week. Actually, early Wednesday should be fine, too. If you can get out and get things done, say, before the afternoon time, that's looking to be ideal. So, again, the weather getting a little bit better here, but we're not expecting any extended periods of dry, sunny weather. But it will come in smaller doses here over the next couple of days and next couple of weeks. Live look in downtown Utica, temperature at 56 degrees. Beautiful, beautiful afternoon. It's windy, so the wind does take a little bit of, adds a little bit of bite to the air, making it feel a little bit cooler than the mid-50s. It's dry, and it stays dry this evening and tonight. Clear skies in place. That means it's going to get pretty chilly tonight. A lot of places fall into the 30s. Even some patchy frost is possible in some of the outlying areas. The winds tomorrow won't be as strong. It looks breezy, just not as windy as today. The winds coming in from the west between about 15 to 20 miles an hour. Again, those are peak wind gusts expected tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures today, again, made it into the upper 50s. Westernville, 58 degrees. Dolgeville, 57. Little Falls, 59. 60 degrees in Sherburne. Oneonta, 55. And Cooperstown, with 56. A little bubble of high pressure brings us a break in the weather after kind of a dreary weekend. We do get some sunshine again tomorrow, and as the high moves in, that means less wind. But it doesn't last for too long. Eventually, the system is going to head to the east, and another weather system approaches for late Wednesday. That's going to be the story for the rest of the week. More clouds and showers on the way. So enjoy the sunshine for tomorrow. Again, looking at chilly conditions tonight, mostly clear skies. Some patchy fog is possible, although I think it's going to be a lot more limited compared to what we saw this morning. Tomorrow afternoon, sunshine, beautiful. Temperatures in the upper 50s to near 60. We're dry tomorrow night. We're dry for most of Wednesday. It looks like some clouds will be returning late in the day, along with the risk of some rain showers. Mostly clear tonight, a low of 35. Tomorrow, looking at mostly sunny skies. Again, just a generally beautiful day, a high of 60. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Mostly cloudy on Wednesday. Rain returns late Wednesday. Looks like after sunset. Showers around for Thursday and Friday. Neither day looks to be a washout, but it doesn't look all that great to be outdoors. Saturday, a brief shower in the morning, but it is looking cooler over the weekend with temperatures in the low 50s. Some sunshine returns Sunday and Monday. So we're slowly getting there. It's a process, as it always is this time of the year.
And I'm sensing your tone. You had stuff to do outside this weekend.
I wanted to get stuff done, but we'll have to wait.
We're all in the same boat,
Yeah.
and we needed one.
Thanks, Bill. It's often
With our resident runner, Bill Curtis.
Yeah, and to get you in the mood for the warmer season, we're talking about pollen. Yeah, whether the weather is cloudy and wet like it was over the weekend, we're still talking about higher levels of pollen. Apologies for getting that graphic to zip by, but let me just tell you that it's going to be high over the next several days. The levels will come down a little bit as we head into Thursday and Friday with more rain chances ahead. Temperatures are continuing to warm up. We're looking at highs in the low 60s tomorrow and Wednesday. We're in the 50s again on Thursday, but we are slowly on the upswing temperature-wise as we head throughout April. Our average high nowadays is in the upper 50s, and it will continue to climb. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's a lovely evening, a little windy out there, but the wind will back off as we head into this evening, so it should make for a great evening to take the dog out for a walk. Sunshine, temperatures in the 50s. It cools off pretty quickly towards sunset. Tonight's featured dog, Gabby from Utica. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking our next round of rain here for later this week. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Big weekend for the Central.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Tracking some nice weather for the short term. The weather does become unsettled again later this week. In fact, your best days to get outside and get some spring yard work done. Tomorrow, as well as early Wednesday, we're expecting rain to return Thursday and Friday. It doesn't look to be heavy, but it is expected to be widespread and consistent. Again, not looking at great outdoor days for that. The weekend is trending a little bit better than what we were seeing a couple of days ago, but even then it does look cooler compared to this week. Live look in Old Forge, a temperature of 50 degrees, a lovely day after seeing clouds this morning. The sunshine did come out as expected, and we're looking at a sunny evening with a breeze. The wind will be diminishing, by the way, as we head into this evening, but again, it does look dry. The winds are back tomorrow, not as strong as what we saw this afternoon. Peak wind gusts between about 15 to 20 miles an hour. Compare that to today's peak wind gusts, close to 25 miles an hour. We're looking at not a whole lot of wind this week. I think the next windiest day looks to be on Saturday. Sky Watchers checking in. Clinton 57, Boonville 53, Cattsville, Helen with 53 degrees, 55 in Fairfield, Mohawk, Jeff with 56, Westford 54, and Stewart and Cooperstown with 55. We've got pretty quiet conditions out there today as high pressure has built in. The weather systems to our north will stay to our north. These do impact the northern Adirondacks with another round of rain showers, but I think we'll be just south of that, and so our weather stays dry and mostly clear heading into tonight. With clear skies tonight, less wind, that's going to allow for overnight lows to drop down into the mid-30s. Some of the coldest spots in our area could see some patchy frost first thing Tuesday morning, but I think that'll be the exception rather than the rule. Sunshine tomorrow, beautiful day. Again, a breeze from the west, high temperatures close to 60. The weather remains dry as we head into tomorrow night. Some clouds will be thickening up as we head into Wednesday. But I do think that we stay dry throughout Wednesday afternoon. It's not until Wednesday evening and Wednesday night that some light rain showers will return. Mostly clear tonight, chilly, overnight low of 35. Tomorrow, sunshine, a beautiful day, light breeze, a high temperature near 60. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Thursday, Friday, again, widespread rain showers. Temperatures in the 50s Thursday. We're near 60 on Friday. Right now, the weekend is trending cooler. Temperatures in the low 50s Saturday and Sunday. There might be a shower on Saturday, but right now that looks to be relatively brief and not like last Saturday. Sunshine returns Sunday and Monday. Temperatures climb into the mid to upper 50s by this time next week. We'll be right back.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
A much nicer day to be outdoors today compared to the weekend. We've managed to stay dry for the most part this afternoon. We did have a couple of showers north today earlier. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's turning out to be a lovely evening. We are looking at dry weather and a current temperature of 56 degrees, sunshine. That west-northwest wind has picked up. The winds will be backing off as we head into this evening. Skies look to remain clear, and it's looking chilly tonight. A lot of places drop into the 30s. With some of the coldest pockets getting a very light frost by tomorrow morning. Another nice day tomorrow, sunshine, less windy. The weather does start to change. Unsettled weather returns later this week, but again, we do have a few nice days ahead before that happens. This evening, temperatures will be in the upper 40s to low 50s, mostly sunny skies. We cool off quickly tonight. Again, tracking our next chance of rain. A look at the forecast is coming up. Kristen, back to you.
We are following some breaking news.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're tracking another nice day tomorrow. If you're looking to get a head start on those spring outdoor projects, if you have time tomorrow, that looks to be ideal. Nicer weather, sunshine, less wind. Early Wednesday works too, but we are tracking some changes in the weather by late Wednesday and especially Thursday. Rain does look to return. It looks like we're going to get into an unsettled weather pattern later this week. Looks to last into the start of the weekend. Live look in downtown Utica. Look at this beautiful sky. Sunshine after a cloudy, very foggy start, even some rain showers north. Things have changed in a dramatic way, and it looks lovely this evening. The winds are going to be backing off, by the way, as we head towards sunset. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Dry. Winds are back tomorrow, though not as strong as today. We saw wind gusts today over 25 miles an hour. Today, or tomorrow rather, the winds will peak between about 15 to 20 miles an hour. So it's still breezy out there, just not as windy. Our sky watchers checking in. Whitesboro 54 degrees, Bob and Clinton 57, Boonville 53, Norway 55, Alder Creek 51, Bill and Old Forge with 50, Mark and Milford 56, Paynes Hilo 55, Tom and Richfield with 54. Unsettled weather to the north will stay to the north. It's a close call for clouds and sprinkles, but I think we'll stay dry locally as high pressure builds in. So the weather in the short term looks pretty quiet. It's chilly tonight, clear skies, cold enough for the outlying areas to get close to freezing. So there might be a very light frost first thing tomorrow morning in a few spots, but that's the exception rather than the rule. Sunshine tomorrow, temperatures climb to near 60. Again, a light wind, beautiful afternoon. Clear skies tomorrow night, we're down into the 30s again. As we head into Wednesday, we'll see sunshine in the morning and then some clouds will return in the afternoon. I think we are dry during the day with some rain showers returning by late in the evening. Mostly clear tonight, low of 35. Tomorrow, a beautiful day, sunshine, temperatures near 60. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine Wednesday gives way to clouds, 63 for the high. Rain returns Wednesday night, Thursday. It lingers into Friday. It's not that heavy, but it's going to linger around. Might even linger to the start of the weekend here. Saturday, we have the chance of a shower. It looks cooler. Temperatures in the low 50s. Sunshine Sunday. Temperatures climb into the upper 50s with more sunshine on Monday. We'll be right back.
Look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis, and getting chilly out there tonight. Yeah. But we have nice weather on the way, don't we?
Yeah, it should be a nice day tomorrow. I hope folks get a chance to enjoy it. Getting nice weather this time of the year is a little tricky. Our current temperature is 39 degrees. We'll drop down into the low to mid 30s tonight. I think frost we stay away from for most areas, but some of the outlying spots could see a very light frost by tomorrow morning. Everybody is starting to get into allergy season. Believe it or not, I know the weather has not been all that warm, but the pollen is coming out, and we're looking at pretty high levels here over the next couple of days. We start to see some relief by Thursday, but that's only because it starts to rain, and we are going to be getting into the core of pollen season over the next couple of weeks. Again, it's chilly out there. Our current temperature 39 degrees. Temperatures will stay close to 60 over the next 2 days. We'll be in the mid-50s on Thursday, 60 on Friday, and then low 50s on Saturday. Clear skies tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 30s. Tracking a beautiful Tuesday before the weather changes. So look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. History.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. If you're looking to get some work done outdoors, tomorrow is going to be the best day for that. We're looking at some sunshine, temperatures climb to near 60, and we have light winds, so a really great day to be outdoors. On Wednesday, it's okay to be out early, but some clouds will be arriving late in the day along with some rain. Thursday's not looking to be a great outdoor day with on and off showers throughout most of the afternoon. So even though we've been in a dreary weather pattern, we do occasionally get some nice days sprinkled in. And as we move closer and closer to the end of spring, that's when the weather really starts to turn and we'll have a lot more sunny days ahead. A live look at downtown Utica, temperature 44 degrees. We are cooling off pretty quickly. We are looking at dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The wind picked up today. Well, we're going to be dealing with it somewhat tomorrow. A west wind around 15 to 20 miles an hour. Those are the wind gusts. Compare that to today. Our wind gusts are about 20 to 25 miles an hour. So a breezy afternoon. Wind's not quite as strong as today, but still something you'll notice here tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures around the state, well, we're one of the cooler spots. Part of that just has to do with clear skies and light winds. But that also means temperatures are going to warm up pretty quickly tomorrow. We've got a warmer air mass in place compared to today. So you look at the radar and satellite image, our winds turn into the southwest, and that's going to help keep clouds and showers to our north. So the weather stays pretty quiet for the short term. Again, clear skies tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the 30s. We could see some patchy frost in outlying areas early in the day, but that should be pretty limited. Sunshine tomorrow, a beautiful afternoon. Temperatures climb into the upper 50s to near 60. Skies remain mostly clear tomorrow night. We drop down into the 30s again. On Wednesday, we see sunshine in the morning, but then clouds arrive in the afternoon. We're dry during the day, but again, we are tracking a few showers here heading into late Wednesday and Wednesday night, and that's going to be the beginning of a change in the weather pattern. Mostly clear tonight, low of 35. Tomorrow, sunshine, beautiful day, high temperatures near 60. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain arrives Wednesday night. It's lingering into Thursday and Friday. It's not heavy, but it is widespread and persistent. And again, both days look pretty close to a washout. Some showers linger into Saturday morning. It's cooler as we head into the weekend, but we should see some sunshine on Sunday, and temperatures rebound into the upper 50s with sunshine on Monday. We'll be right back.
Now for a first look at the forecast tonight, we bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. And, well, Bill, mostly cloudy out there in the 30s. Not terrible for this time of year.
A little chilly.
And good news on the way for tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got some nice weather tomorrow. I know we haven't had a lot of it lately, but if you're looking to get out and do some outdoor projects around your work schedule, you might be able to get away with it tomorrow. It should be a pretty nice day. Chilly out there. Even though the weather has been very unsettled and cool lately, it's not stopping Mother Nature. Mother Nature is going full speed ahead, getting ready for spring. You can see the spring plants are coming out. That also means the spring pollen is in the air. In fact, we've got high levels in store over the next couple of days. The levels will start to go down on Thursday thanks to some rain. But yeah, even though it is on the cooler side, we are making that transition anyway. And again, things are starting to green up. Speaking of green, temperatures will stay in the green here over the next couple of days. They'll be in the low 60s tomorrow and Wednesday, cooler Thursday. Temperatures near 60 on Friday. Our average high this time of the year is in the upper 50s, so we're pretty close to that. Tonight, clear down into the mid-30s. Again, tracking some rain as we head towards the end of the week. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. History unfolding.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. If you're looking to get out and do some spring cleaning, get ahead of things, maybe you didn't get a chance to take advantage of the weather this weekend, of course, because the weather wasn't great. Maybe this stretch of weather is more up your alley. Sunshine, less wind, dry weather. Tomorrow should be a nice day. Even early Wednesday should be great to be outdoors. And then it turns wet again by Thursday. The weather pattern towards the end of the week doesn't look great, but if you have any flexibility in your schedule to get things done tomorrow, I highly recommend it. It should be a nice day. Less wind, too, compared to what we were dealing with this afternoon. Live look in downtown Utica, temperature of 43 degrees. Dry, quiet conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We do have a wind tomorrow, but it just won't be as strong as what we saw today. It's from the west, between about 15 to 20 mile an hour wind gusts, which is less than today. So it is going to be a breezy day. Mostly clear skies across New York State. Temperatures are actually on the cooler side locally compared to the rest of the state. But as we head into tonight with mostly clear skies in place, I think we have the chance of seeing some patchy frost in some of the outlying areas. If not tonight, we have a chance of doing it tomorrow night. High pressure in control. It's going to keep clouds away from our area and the weather sunny, at least for the short term. Tonight, looking at mostly clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the 30s. Tomorrow, it's a sunny day and it's beautiful. Again, a light wind. We warm up quickly. We'll be in the upper 50s by the afternoon. Tomorrow night, the weather remains mostly clear. Another chance of falling to near freezing, especially in the outlying areas. Wednesday, we start out with sunshine, and then we'll see a few clouds. The next weather maker will be approaching our area, so it does turn mostly cloudy in the afternoon, but I do think we're dry during the day. Wednesday night, it's a different story, some rain on the way. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 35. Tomorrow, beautiful day, sunshine. Again, less wind compared to today, but we'll call it breezy. High temperature of 60. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine early Wednesday, followed by clouds. Rain arrives Wednesday night. Wednesday's high 63. Warmest day of the week. Thursday, Friday, showers. Not a heavy rain, but a consistent rain. Close to a washout both days. Saturday, some showers in the morning, but we do dry out. And the second part of the weekend looks a little bit nicer. Temperatures in the low 50s. We're into the upper 50s again by Monday.
Get out and do a few things tomorrow. Enjoy it.
If you can, yeah.
If you can. All right,
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill. Coming up next,